And welcome back, everybody. It is exciting that I am back in my garage. It has been way too long. You guys have been requested it, and I want to do it. I just didn't have anything to do. I emptied out my garage. Cars are running fine. Don't have any projects. I'm sorry, but I'm back. We're here. So today, I have to do an oil change. Yes, I've done plenty of them. So I figured today, let's do tips and tricks to oil changes. I figured I never really done it. I've done a whole bunch of them for the channel, but I never gone over kind of the knowledge that I had that I want to pass on. So let's get to it and get some tips and tricks to oil changes. So first up is how you're actually getting it off the ground. Now with my truck, it is tall enough that I don't have to use these. But on the Escape, I have to. And when you lay them flat, they're going to want to slide, as you can see. You can probably hear it too. And that's just because these are 10 years old and this rubber has just run its life. So what you can do is place it against the tire and then give it a little kick. That's going to push it under the wheel and the car is going to move right up on top of it and this won't slide. Next up, the working surface. As anybody who's worked in the garage knows, you got to get under the car. And this concrete is unforgiving. Man, it hurts the back. So how can you fix it? And make sure you don't make a mess. And that is going to be an old box. Simple. So now, when we get down on here, it's going to be so much super comfortable, and you're not going to make a mess. One good tip when removing the drain plug is go ahead, you get it started so it's finger loose, and you keep pressured inside, or you keep pushing pressure this way until you're ready to remove it. That way you're not going to make a mess and it's not going to start flowing down until you're ready for it. So I'm keeping pressure, it's obviously loose, and I pull it fast and there we go. Went right into the drain bucket without a mess. Now when it's draining, it's going to go a bit of a distance. It's going to have some arc to it. But as it slows down and it lessens, it's going to need a little bit of space. So you want to angle your drain pan just right to make sure you don't make a mess on your concrete. And now that draining is complete, the drain plug can go back in. And with this, all it has to be is tight. You don't need to wrench this down. You don't need to get some crazy amount of torque on it. All it needs to be is tight. Just like that. And next we turn to oil filter wrenches. This one is a good one. It's a strap based, but that's because you can use it on very large oil filters that come on like trucks and large vehicles. This one is good for cars and smaller vehicles. It is not as large, but this arm articulates and it has these little bubbles right here to catch on and get some surface tension. I love this one for smaller vehicles. It's adjustable back and forth for when you're tightening or loosening, but really you only use this for loosening. You don't need to tighten them as tough as anything else. So next tip when working with oil filters, which I forgot, is make sure you put on some gloves. They say that the engine oil is a little bit dangerous. I mean, I've been handling it for years, fine, but it's good to be safe than sorry. So this is the filter. Some come in like a metal case, like you see on my truck, but on this Escape, it is just a paper filter. So replacing it is super easy. I got this one down at the auto parts store. It came on sale with the engine oil, so it came out to like 25 bucks. And all you have to do is remove the old one and put the new one on. Easy as that. Now what I'm going to do, it should be clean right there, is talk about the gaskets. You will notice these gaskets come with the filter. You have the large O-ring and you have a small one. You might wonder, what about that small one? That is right here. So if I take an Allen wrench and open this bad boy up, this would be used if you wanted to, man, it's on there because I never use it. If you want to drain out the oil first before you actually take off the thing and make it a little non-messy. But for me, I just took it right off. It's easier. And all I'm going to do is take off this old one, since why not? They provided you a new one. And put this new one onto the filter. That way we don't get any leaks. So the new one will go on just like that. Super easy. Oop. Which is good because it's nice and tight. So it's going to get a good seal. Just make sure it's down all the way. And we're good to install this new filter. And same as the drain plug, the oil filter cap just goes on hand tight. You don't need to really crank it down. And just wipe it off with a paper towel afterwards. That way it's easy to check for leaks. So another tip for doing oil changes, if you don't know your engine oil, just come over to the fill cap. Mine's on backwards. But you can see it tells you exactly what type of oil you need to put in. If it's aftermarket, you're going to have to check the manual. But for me, I have the original, so easy enough. I can tell exactly what type of oil is needed for it. And filling is just as easy. I have a funnel right here that I know fits. I've used it numerous times, but it just makes sure I don't make a mess. And I know that this engine takes 5 quarts. So I just get one of the 5-quart containers. And this I found on special, like I said. It was $25 for the engine, the oil, and also for the filter. So that's an awesome price for an engine oil change. Plus, it is synthetic high mileage. Let that drip out. And we should be good. Now after running the engine for a couple minutes and checking to make sure I have no leaks, the last thing to check is the engine oil level, or just the oil level. And that is with the dipstick. You'd be very surprised to learn stuff about your engine just by checking the dipstick. You can see if they actually changed it, if you took it somewhere, and you can see if it's at the right level. Or if you haven't changed it, you can see what kind of color it is, viscosity, I guess you can say, if it looks good. But to check it, you clean it off a couple times and you just leave it to where it hits that O-ring. That's going to where you want to check the level. You bring it out and you take a look. And I can see from mine, it is just at the cold level. That's going to be that one right there. Cold, hot. And I'm right at the cold. So, as I knew, 5 quarts is the perfect amount for this engine. And I have successfully changed the oil. And there we go. Engine oil is changed. And hopefully I gave you some tips to help you along the way to know you can do it too yourself. It's super simple, super cheap, and it's a fun way to pass the day a little bit. You get to know your vehicle, and you get to save a little bit of money. So I hope I help somebody out with it. As always, thank you very much for watching. I love every one of you guys. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. If you do want to support it, check out in the description. I have a link so you can donate to the channel so I can do more fun stuff like this. Changing oil, you gotta love it. But also like, subscribe, comment. All that stuff helps out the channel too to get visibility to other people can see it and get help with what they need. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you as always. Thank you. I appreciate every one of you guys. If you have questions, let me know. Comments or by my email, joeysthemechanic.com or joeysthemechanic@gmail.com. It's in the description. Email me if you need help. I try and help out as much as possible, but I'm always busy, so thank you very much, every one of you. I can't say that enough. I appreciate every one of the viewers. So stay safe, ride safe, wear your seatbelt. Seatbelt saves lives. And keep at least 2 wheels on the road. Whew, that was a fun video. Oh man, I love being back in the garage. This is going to be an awesome video.